Well, hello and welcome to this lesson series. I'm Will Marsh, and I want to take today's session to introduce this series that I'm starting here. And this is the Rag Bhairavi lesson series, which I'm really excited to start doing. It's following the theme of sessions I do that go in depth in a rag. I've done this with Yaman, with Bhimpalasi, and I'll continue to do this with other rags. I'm choosing Bhairavi because it is one of the 10 Tat rags, and these Tat rags are important foundations, kind of like parent scales in the rag system. So in my experience as a student, it's been very beneficial to spend a lot of time in these rags specifically because so many other rags come from them. So I'm really excited to get into Bhairavi here. And Bhairavi is a morning raga. The name Bhairavi is technically a name of a Hindu goddess, and so it's referring to that kind of cosmic feminine energy of the universe, as opposed to another rag called Bhairav, which is the masculine. So that's just a little bit of something you can think about with the mood of this rag. And now talking about Bhairavi, there's a lot of interesting things about this rag. One is that we have other variations of Bhairavi, specifically Sindhu Bhairavi and Mishra Bhairavi, where you can use all 12 notes weaved into this rag. And there aren't many rags that have that quality of being able to weave in all 12 notes of the scale. However, there's also, the pure Bhairavi, which would be called Shuddha Bhairavi. Not as commonly played, more of in the Drupad style. Usually when someone plays Bhairavi now, it's kind of going towards Sindhu Bhairavi, where they'll use some of these mixed notes. So that's just a little bit about the rag. It has a lot of repertoire from, as I mentioned, Drupad to Khayal and Tumri, light classical, folk. It really has a huge spectrum. And today what I want to do is just kind of show you the tuning and the very basics of the rag so we can get started going deeper class by class. So, one other thing I want to mention, I mentioned that Bhairavi is a morning raga. However, it also is a closing item of a performance, no matter what time that is. So, for example, if you're playing an evening concert and the last item of your program, that could be selected as Bhairavi. And the reason for that is that Bhairavi is such a powerful rag, it's like nothing can follow it. So that's one of the traditions you'll see in Hindustani performance, is that Bhairavi can be the closing item of a piece, even if that's not the morning. So let's talk now about tuning for Bhairavi. And before that, I guess I'll mention the notes of Bhairavi are all komal notes. So sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. We're using komal re, komal ga, komal da, and komal ni. So what does that mean on sitar specifically? We need to adjust our frets if they are not in this position already. I'm going to take my re fret back to make this komal re. I'm going to take the da fret back for komal da, the upper komal re, and the upper komal ga. So if you're coming from a rag like Yaman or Khamaj or anything with the major notes, you're going to need to move all of these frets. Oop. I'm in the key of C sharp, by the way. And so if you are on a Gandhar Pancham Sitar, we're going to do 2 pas for the Gandhar and Pancham. I'm adjusting my frets. Alright, so after you've got your frets in position, The next thing we'll do is the tuning of the sympathetics. For 12 sympathetics, I will start on Komal Ga as the highest. Ga, re, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, ni, sa. This will be my tuning for the sympathetic strings. If you have 13, you can go up to the high ma or you can double pa. So today, let's just look at the basic ascending and descending of Bhairavi. As I mentioned, we have all Komal notes, so Bhairavi takes all the notes up and all the notes down. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Descending. Sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Again. So this is a good starting point for the rag. And then, let's see, I want to leave you with one more thing to practice today. Let's go ahead and do a sapat. Sapat's when we go from low all the way to high. And we'll go... So what I'm doing is going from my second string sa all the way up, and then I'm bending up to Komal Da. So the last note will be ma, all bending from the last fret. Ma, pa. So let's get this sapat going. This is a great pattern to practice. Starting on the second string, here we go. 3, 4, sa, re, ga, ma. Here's the mean. Again. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. One more time. All right, great. So I'm going to leave it here for today. This is really the intro to the series, to what we're going to be doing in Bhairavi. Now you're all set for how to tune. You've got the basics for us to dive deeper in. So as always, thank you for joining me here. If you're not already subscribed to my members only channel, that's the best way to receive all of my up-to-date content. And it also supports me to keep doing this work. So until next time, we'll see you then. Thanks.